Dragging things over from spot A to spot B. Look, I know you see all this money and you're like, yeah, I want to get that money. But let me tell you, no matter what it is you're dragging from over here, you should be able to double click and it goes over there. Right now, I know you can hear my mouse. I'm clicking like 50 billion times and it won't go over. You have to drag it over. Every time you want something over here, you have to drag it over. And it doesn't matter if you're dragging fertilizer packages over to be opened or chemical packages over to be opened. The box is pretty much like this and you're just dragging it over from your inventory. It gets old. Okay, coming and clicking over and over again. In and out. This is what you do all day. You're in and out of stations. Click, click. Click, click. Click, click. At first it's fun, man. It gets old. It gets old. Let's go and do some real task here. We need to make some amphetamine. Okay, this is what you're doing. And this is the game right here. It was really fun at first, but now it's like, man, you know. And they need to automate this and like put some real content into the game. In and out of stations. Click, click, click. So mouse intensive. Click, 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 click. I feel like I'm at work. And these developers, they say, well, if you put so many hours in this game, that means you got your money's worth. It's like, homie, have you ever heard of a game called Skyrim? That's what I'm looking for when I buy a game. A game that I play forever and ever. Like this synthetic stuff, you can. That's how you put it in your inventory so it can be used. The best thing to do is to double click it over and then drag it like that. See how I missed that time? That happens a lot. That happens a lot. And a lot of times you double click and it just won't work. So you have to, whenever you double click something in quotation marks, you better just click it like 45,000 times. Because it just doesn't register a lot of times. I'm telling you, all this dragging gets old. When you buy things at the store, it's the same way. You have to drag it over. You're going to get tired of doing this. Let me tell you what else you're going to get tired of right here. When you drive your car somewhere, you don't actually drive it. You get this, a loading screen. How whack is that? This feature right here makes this a $10 game. This is like something you would play on your phone. This right here. The drug stuff was great at first, but it's not at first anymore, homie. I'm sick of these, you know, where's the content? Look at this. I want to get on this road right here. Nope, can't do it. Because the road is too much higher than the terrain. So you come over here and you try to jump. The jump is just stupid in this game. It doesn't work right. Tell you what I get tired of? I get tired of being stuck in first person. I mean, why let me pick my character, my tune, and what they look like if I can't never see them? Or if I can only see them when I go up in the menu, Cyberpunk. You want to go in here and buy something? Here we go. You gotta drag it over. That gets old. Let me tell you what else. See how it says F to start conversation and hold F to open trade? You're gonna get tired of coming in to buy something real fast and accidentally just clicking F instead of holding F. And then it gets click intensive again as you have to click to buy some. Homie, 99 times out of 100, when I come into a shop, I ain't looking to kick it with a shopkeeper. Okay, I just want to buy something and get out of there. So why can't it be F to shop and hold F to have a conversation to see does that make any sense to you. And of course, games like this, there are so many things, so many times they don't tell you things. Like they'll tell you to go to this certain spot in the map, and there is no place named that in the map. I just had a mission to kill some thugs in some place or another, and it was like, you know, where are they? They named this place. That name is nowhere on the map. So I can't even click on the place unless I zoom in. It's like that sometimes. Am I glad I don't have to drive across the map? Yeah. The game should have fast travel, straight up. You can't have an open world game without fast travel. But give me the option to drive there. A lot of times when you're talking to people, it's a really cardboard cutout interaction. See, when I click on him, he doesn't say anything. And my tune doesn't talk either. So to me, when that happens, it's like I'm watching, you know, it's like I'm watching a movie at that point. And it gets click intensive too. You know, unless it's like Fallout 4 where the person I'm talking to is talking to me and then my tune is talking back to them. You see, that is interesting to me. But when it's either like Starfield where they talk and my tune doesn't, or like this game where a lot of the times they don't talk, or there'll be a paragraph written and they say a sentence out of their mouth, you see, when it's like that, I just lose all interest. So whatever they're saying, I'm just clicking to get out of there, because I don't care, it's putting me to sleep. So another loading screen. You better like these loading screens, homie, because they're all over the place. Let me tell you something else. Running on foot, stamina runs out really quickly. Cops, unless you alter the settings, cops are pretty much invincible. And they're in your face all the time. They're really annoying. That's the cops right there. There are no guns in the game, so all there is melee weapons. That gets old. You know, I want a gun, homie. I want a good selection of guns. It don't got to be like Far Cry or nothing, but you know, I want a good selection of guns. And there's a lot of other little things like this house I bought right here. Houses ain't cheap. Like this house was probably $300,000 or $400,000 at a time where it took me like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 real life hours to make that much money. And I bought this house right here, and then there was no place to park here. See, you press space to get on, and then like this house right here has a parking space outside of it. And like I bought this place right here, same thing. It was a lot of money. And there's no parking space there. Did they tell me that before I bought it? No, they did not. So it was money just wasted. See how I named it no parking? There's a lot of frustrating things like that. Did I get 100 hours of fun out of the game? Yeah, but at the same time, it was like aggravating too. The music, I had to turn it off after 20 hours. Because it's like the same 5 songs everywhere you go in the game, and they get old. You get tired of hearing them. So many things you get tired of while you're having fun. You're like, try not to think about it. You know, like stubbing your toe and try not to let it ruin your day. Like when I walk, I'm just too slow, you know. With the stamina, it just runs out too fast. It's just too many times where the game doesn't tell you things that it should. Just dragging things over from my inventory to here instead of being able to double click them over. It's just, it gets old. Buying things in the store and having to drag them, it gets old. So while I had 100 hours of fun, in quotation marks, it was frustrating the whole time. And now after another 100 hours, I'm just done with the thing, you know, because all I'm doing is coming in and out of You know, stations, clicking F to get in, and then click to get it going, and then going to the, it's like, man, you know, it's Satisfactory. I love Satisfactory, yo. You know, so technical aspects of games are really fun to me, but it's Satisfactory is not going into and coming out of stations the whole time you're playing. This game, they plan on charging $44 for it. Right now it's $25. It's way too much. And $44, you're out of your mind. This is a $10 game. The making drugs thing is really neat. You can create a new mix and like cut your drugs. Here I got like 0.1% of a gram, and then the rest of it is baking soda, so I can cut my drugs and save a lot of money. You know, there's some parts of it it's really neat, and getting this equipment, it is neat, but yo, it just gets old real fast, because like this is the only part of the game. The snow guns, the combat is a joke. It's like the quests are a joke. They're just really frustrating because they don't tell you enough. It's a $10 game, yo. This stuff right here that's making drugs, revolutionary. But it's like KCD, where the sword fighting was revolutionary, but there's like hardly ever sword fighting. Hardly any sword fighting. There's more sword fighting in this game than there is in the way you are meant to play in KCD. I mean, it's ridiculous. So it's like, why are you doing this revolutionary thing with these making drugs? And it's like, it's this big open world thing, and they have put work into nothing except for the drug stuff, manufacturing drugs. And I'm done playing the game, yo.